JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 12th of July 2022. So yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Tuesday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a view of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimers. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFDbrokers.com website, which I believe you can find it useful, so check it out, and so yeah, check it out here. Anyway, guys, let's jump into the charts. The first one I want to pick up here is Nikkei 225. Just a quick update. So we failed to move above this barrier, the 27,062 one. So yeah, we drifted back down. However, to be honest, the analysis still remains valid. Well, need to get rid of this downside line for sure. But the analysis remains valid because what I was talking about previously was that we could be seeing here a possible range. So far, it seems to be the case. However, I would like to see now a move above this barrier, above the 27,062 one, in order to go higher. At the moment we have drifted lower today, as you can see here. Nikkei closed in the negative territory, and yep, we came closer, to this lower side of the range. However, although we moved in this direction, probably the closer thing that we came to was this short-term tentative upside support line taken from the low of the 20th of June. So in other words, there is a chance for this one still to rebound and move back to the upside, maybe potentially forming somewhat of a an ascending triangle pattern, and according to all the TA rules, such patterns tend to break to the upside. But again, at the moment, like I said, we will keep an eye on this. Let's see where this is going to break out to. But this idea, this scenario of maybe seeing this as a possible kind of a rising, ascending, ascending triangle pattern, yep, could be valid. So do not exclude that. However, if we break the upside line and we fall below the lower side of the range here, then yes, that's where I'm going to get much more excited with the downside. Now, quickly, Shanghai Composite, guys. So continues to slide, continues to drift lower. We are approaching that target of mine, which I was talking about, this 3,263 territory. I'm only aiming for that right now because again, we do have some good obstacles here. So for example, one of the obstacles is the 108 EMA, where the index is currently finding support, but slightly below that. As I said, this is the one that I'm watching. This highlighted territory can actually go here now. Probably let's do it this way. I know it's way too long, but I'll adjust this later. But anyway, at the moment, that's what I'm aiming for. Also, I'm gonna probably jump in ahead of myself here a little bit, but basically I'm really interested to see how this is gonna play out, because for example, if this index drifts lower, finds support near this 3,263 territory, and then rebounds pushes back up here, finds resistance near the 200-day EMA somewhere, or near that 3,356 territory, the one that I was talking about previously, and then reverses back to the downside, well, basically we could get ourselves a nice little head and shoulders pattern. But again, that's just an idea, just something to kind of, you know, keep in mind. For example, if we do rebound from this hurdle here, this 3,263, again, any crazy idea sometimes looks crazy until it actually happens. So I'm not saying that, you know, you should kind of pick that one as your main one, but just to kind of, you know, throw it out there. With the USD CHF, I mean, a while ago I was also, for a month, I kept on talking that maybe it could be like a nice range. Well, and so far it is, but I'll get to that one. For now, like I said, long story short, with this one, well, I am keeping a close eye on that 3,263 territory. Now, Australian Australian index, ASX 200. So it's good to look at this one as well. The index, yep, is do apologize for that. So yeah, the index is drifting lower. It's still trading. We still have around. Let me just double check very quickly. Okay, I need to kind of quickly double check. There we go. So we still have around. Oh, actually, sorry. Do apologize. No, we don't have. Okay, I think this is the futures in that case. Right. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'll double check this, and I'll yeah, I think that the future is moving here. But anyway, I mean, we closed in negative territory today a little bit here, but yeah, still I'm keeping a close eye on this idea. Let's see how this is gonna play out. So at the moment, this could be quite interesting, but as I mentioned yesterday to you, this short-term upside support line taken from the low of the 20th of June. So yep, that's what I'm currently watching. Now the German index DAX. So with the German index, the index yesterday drifted to the downside a little bit. I mean, first of all, of course, it opened up with a gap lower, but then I tried to recover somewhat. But failed, and failed to move back above this 12,912 territory, the one that I was talking about previously. So yeah, in a way, for now, the cash index is also on the slide. So we're currently sitting at around 12,740 zone. So basically below yesterday's close. But still, it's still above the inside swing high here of the 6th of July, which I talked about previously, and that's roughly around that 12,668. So we're currently stuck in here. This is neither bullish nor bearish for me, to be honest. This is something neutral. However, if we do drop below this inside swing low here, then yep, that's where we could consider a move a little bit to the downside. Now, Nasdaq 100. So, okay, so yesterday the Nasdaq was the biggest loser in terms of the U.S. market yesterday. So, the worst performing sectors were consumer cyclical, communication services, and then technology. In that order, the best performing sectors were utilities. That's why Dow Jones did not lose as much as Nasdaq. So yeah, and in general, your consumer cyclical companies are those like Amazon, Tesla, General Motors. So yeah, Tesla lost quite a bit. I would say -6.5%. Roughly Amazon minus roughly around 3%, a little bit more than 3%. So yeah, it was a bit of a red moment for everyone. For communication services such as Google and Meta, yep, those declined. So yeah, guys, I mean, at the moment, I would say it's if you just listen to that, then yes, of course, everything is not really perfect, and in general, the current state of the economy is a little bit worrying. So in general, across the globe. So let's see how this is going to play out. But again, from the technical perspective, especially on this on Nasdaq 100, you can see that yes, we broke the downside line and we pushed above it. However, we are struggling with this barrier right here. Let me just put this one here. There we go. We're struggling with this barrier, the 12,176 territory. If we clear that, then this will confirm a nice ascending triangle pattern. However, guys, I mean, let's not rush into anything. Let's see if this is not going to end up sliding a little bit more, because, like I said, Asia did decline. Asia and Australia did decline a little bit. So let's see if we're not going to see maybe a bit of a continuation move lower here. However, we do have plenty of support areas here, so with one of these lines in a way could provide that, and we could maybe rebound. However, if you're a little bit more on the careful side, just basically just waiting for a break above the 12,176 territory could be a good solution. DXY dollar index, so boom, there we go, guys, pushed nicely to the upside and moved strongly above that 107.31 territory. I spoke about that level yesterday, and I said that, well, if we do move again above it and we stay above it, then yes, I'll aim higher. And to be honest, I mean, I'll jump, of course, into other pairs. So yep, other major currencies are not really feeling great against the US dollar. So yeah, at the moment, the US dollar is acting as a nice safe haven. And looking at this picture, you can see that a push towards the 109.77 level, the one that I marked yesterday, which is the highest point of September of 2002, is becoming more of a reality, let's put it this way. So yeah, we have been rallying here for quite a while, but let's see if we can actually reach that area. At some point, of course, don't get me wrong, I would like to see a bit of a retracement, but again, let's wait for that opportunity. At the moment, it's just one-way traffic, so don't kind of, maybe jump in too early. It's yeah, like I said, at the moment it's just the bulls are dictating here the rules, so I would say be very careful, and especially trading other pairs with the dollar, against the dollar. Gold. Okay, so gold is tricky. I mean, look, there was a bit of a roller coaster ride during, well, at night during the Asian trading session. And yeah, we saw a bit of an up and down here. Look at this. Basically, what I was talking about yesterday. I said that if we drop below that 1732 territory, my next target is the 1721-22 zone, roughly around here, marked near the lowest point of September of 2021. And we managed to reach that. Oh, well, I would say 95% we've reached that, and I would say that at the moment, this is one of those moments where you kind of have to accept that. So it's not always a perfect hit. So now we're seeing a bit of a retracement. It could be quite interesting to see what's going to happen here. If by any chance we climb back and stay above the 1732, maybe a bit of a retracement here could be possible. To be honest, it would be nice to see a retracement in case this wants to go, let's say, lower down here later on. But yeah, so before kind of going there, I would like to see a bit of a retracement, and then we could start targeting, for those levels near the 1700 or below. But again, yeah, like I said, let's see how this is going to play out today. At the moment, it's the 1721-22 territory is providing support. Can we go back above the 1732 level? Well, let's wait and see. Now, jumping into WTI oil, just a quick update. So yeah, we're seeing a bit of a decline. So the 100-day EMA is actually doing its job, providing good resistance. And so yeah, I would say at the moment, looking at this, yeah, it's like it's it's a difficult one. I mean, at one point we are, yes, we are still kind of below this downside line. We did get a nice strong rebound from the 200-day EMA. In general, I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards the downside, I think, because again, this is one of those, one of those with which I am very, very careful, because again, it has been quite unpredictable sometimes, especially, for example, last week when you saw this strong decline here. But anyway, we came back, we recovered, and we tested the 100-day EMA. It provided resistance. We are now drifting back down. Can we go a bit lower now? I would say let's wait and see, because at the moment what I'm keeping an eye on is this little territory right there, and a few adjustments of some levels have to be made, of course. So this area here between the 101 and the 101.5, roughly around there. So this area, if it's going to fail to provide support, then yes, a nice good break could open the door towards that 200-day EMA again, and then we could take it from there. Maybe we could aim for this highlighted territory, which I've highlighted a while ago. So long story short, guys, at the moment I'm just kind of playing the waiting game here. For the upside, I need to see a break of this downside line and a push above the 21-day EMA, because recently the 21-day EMA continued to do its job. It provided resistance. So if we clear this and stay above that 21-day EMA, then yeah, we'll go higher. We could go higher. Ethereum. So I'm still watching the range. I just wanted to quickly pick up on this one because we did drift lower, but now the question is what's going to happen here with this little range here. The moment, like I said, yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on it. If we continue to trade, well, I'll continue monitoring the range. Once we start breaking out of it and we stay outside of the range, that's when I'll consider the next short-term directional move. But at the moment, it seems like, yeah, it wants to go a little bit lower. However, a break of this lower side of the range is needed. AUD/USD. So very quickly with the pairs. Okay, so we drifted lower yesterday. Look at this. I mean, of course, the move lower, quite a big move lower happened, and yep, this pair felt the heat. But I think I need to get rid of all the drawings here because they're kind of in the way, and yep, start kind of a little bit more fresh. First of all, to mark the downside line here, the medium-term downside resistance line taken from the high of the 5th of April. Then the next thing here is to mark some key support levels that, first of all, maybe have been broken, like for example this one right here, together with this whole area. So probably I would say that, somehow not this one, but this level played out much better because it also acted as a good area of resistance recently. So this 0.6854 area, I will keep that one on the chart for now. Another from the shorter term perspective, and this is how you overcrowd your chart, another thing to kind of keep in mind is this little short term downside resistance line taken from the high of the high the 16th of June. So a nice good break of this little downside line may open the door towards higher levels, but again, considering the medium-term downside line here, this move higher could be classed as a temporary correction before another possible leg of buying, so keep that in mind. With the downside, I would say let's keep an eye on this here, the 0.6762. We managed to break and stay below it. Now if we continue to trade below it, yeah, I'm gonna aim further south. And well, talk about further south, I mean, there are a bunch of good areas to keep an eye on, and one of which is this one right there. So approximately around here, that's the high of the 27th of May of 2020. So that's near the 0.6680, and for now I'm going to aim for that one, and then I'll take it from there. USD Cad, very quickly on this one, USD Cad. So looking at this picture here, this is where sometimes I keep the Fibonacci levels still on the chart, although we have kind of already, past all that thing. And also, if you remember one thing that when I was covering USD Cad, I said that look, I said that on one hand, and this was last week I talked about this, I said on one hand we could be seeing here a nice descending triangle. Okay, but if we consider this part as well, then maybe this could have been seen as a nice nice bullish pennant, and well, it seemed like that's how it worked out. So yeah, and then we popped higher. Look at this strong move to the upside. The 1.3077 territory did provide that strong resistance. We then retraced, and look how well the 23.6% retracement here on the Fibonacci, the previous one that I had here, how it played out perfectly as a nice support zone, and boom, there we go. From here we are having a nice push higher again. So from all this, what we can do here is now, if you're looking for some upside, and given that, let's say that we might have missed out on this little rebound here, I would say I will keep an eye on this one for now. It might jump around here a little bit, and it might start trading in this whole kind of red area, up to the 23.6, and if it pops above the 1.3077 territory, this will confirm a forthcoming higher high, and potentially more buyers could join in. With the downside, it's another issue here. I would think I will stick to this hurdle. The one that I talked about previously, it's an area around that hurdle, the 1.2860. So if we do drop below it, then yes, I will consider a bit of a move to the downside, and then, because what I'm afraid here of, for example, if it drops below the 23.6 here again, yes, we could aim lower, we could push, to the downside, then okay, this is just a second, I shifted this one a little bit, so yeah, it could move a little bit to the downside here and test this area of mine, and then rebound, for example, and move back up. So basically we could be seeing a very big wide channel here, range here, and then yeah, we'll just kind of we'll be stuck there for quite a while. So be careful in that sense. I can see in the chat room here, good morning to Evu. Yep, have fun while playing the waiting game, of course. Yeah, it's always like that, unfortunately. It's part of trading, guys. I mean, waiting is part of trading, so yeah, waiting for that perfect opportunity to enter, and yeah, so yeah. I cannot add anything else here. Anyway, quick update on USD CHF before I run out of time again. Yes, so this one so far so good. Everything is according to the plan. We're moving above that 0.9764 territory. I spoke about that. So my next target right now is this 0.9873. I want to see what's going to happen here, if we're going to stall or not. If we will stall a little bit here, maybe we might see a bit of a retracement or something like that. But if we clear it and we stay above this hurdle, then yes, I'll continue targeting the upper side of this range. GBP CAD. So okay, so we fell below this key support zone, the 1.5485 level, and there we go. We confirmed the forthcoming lower low, and this morning you can see that we continue to trade below this hurdle. So what's next, guys? What's next? Of course, I would say this way, that as long as it stays below that area, below that zone, then we will we'll have to kind of find a level here, but for that probably I need to jump into a monthly chart. So you can see how far we have traveled, and the most important thing here is that we are approaching some key support levels. Like for example, this one, the lowest point of 2013. Also, we have the lowest point of 2010, right? Not this one, but this one right here, the lowest point of 2010. So basically, there are some good potential targets. However, don't get me wrong, at some point we will have to have this retracement a little bit. But most likely, with this, in this case, a lot will depend on oil. A lot will depend on the situation in UK, because as you know, they're looking for a new prime minister again. So yeah, that's going to be quite interesting to see what's going to happen there. But anyway, in general, this pair is not feeling well. We're continuing to slide here, but at some point, of course, don't get me wrong, we will find good support and we'll rebound and push back up. But where will that be? That's unclear for now. So for now, I'm still aiming for the downside, and my next target is the 1.5246 level. Let me just jump back into the daily chart here. GBP USD. So GBP USD also drifting lower. To be honest, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this one because it's kind of in a similar fashion here, and the US dollar is kind of not working well here, for the GBP USD bulls. So at the moment, I'm leaning towards the downside as long as it stays below the 1.1876 territory. GBP JPY, there we go. So drifting nicely to the downside again. So this idea is working out. I said that if we might see a rebound here, maybe if we test the 21-day EMA, and maybe if it provides a good resistance, then yes, another decline could be possible. So far it's happening, but I think I have to adjust a few things here. First of all, this downside line, of course, is no longer valid. Then I need to keep an eye on this little downside line here, the short-term tentative downside resistance line taken from the high of the 22nd of June. So, long story short, for now, if we do continue to trade below that downside line, yes, we will continue aiming lower. And at the moment, I am aiming lower. I'm aiming for that 100-day EMA here, shown as the green line. If that gets cleared, then yes, I will go further south, and where my next target could be that psychological 160 territory. For the upside, pretty straightforward as well. I need to see a push through some barriers here, and probably I would like to see maybe a push above this 164.47 territory right here, and that's the high of yesterday. A nice good push above it would confirm a forthcoming higher high, and at the same time place the pair above the 21-day EMA. Quick update on Euro NZD, where we have approached the highlighted territory. I spoke about this previously. I said that if we drop below the 1.6678 territory, that's what I'm going to be aiming for. Initially, of course, I'll be aiming for these EMAs, but if those get cleared, my next target is this 1.6368 level. So far, we're trading near it, but my question here is, can we see a bit of a rebound? If we can, then yep, great. If we cannot, that's my next arrow is showing where I'm going to be aiming for next. I'm going to be aiming for 1.6181 level here, marked by the low of the 5th of May. So at the moment, like I said, it's also a bit of a waiting game here. But if you've missed this decline here, I would say stand away for now. Just keep an eye on it, and wait for that next confirmation breakout. And even with the upside, I would say it's also still tricky. I mean, it still could ignore this hurdle here and just slide further, but then you have to switch on your selling cap on. So yeah, to put your selling can on. So yeah, and then we'll see where it can go further. But at the moment, I want to see what's going to happen with this hurdle here. If we can get a bit of a hold up, or maybe a bit of a rebound. Quick update on Eurocad. So also almost mission accomplished here. I kept on talking about this one yesterday. I mentioned this, and look, it declined heavily. I said that my next target is the 1.3024 zone. We've managed to almost managed to reach that, and yep, for this, just to show you what that is, I mean, that's the lowest point of April of 2015, so or in other words, the lowest point of 2015. So I want to see if we can rebound a little bit from here, or in general what's going to happen here. If we do rebound, great. A bit of a retracement here could be possible, but if we don't, well, further declines are possible, and then of course we'll aim lower. And finally, one of the most talked pairs right now, after not doing much, if you remember, I kept on talking about EURUSD for quite a while. This time it is enjoying the moment, or should I say the bears are enjoying the moment, then they are driving this pair further south. So we managed to reach my target, the 1.0206. We've cleared that, and we first drifted further south. Of course, don't get me wrong, at some point we will get that little retracement here that a lot of bulls are hoping here for, but as I mentioned to you yesterday, I was aiming for that parity at one level. So I want to see what's going to happen there, because again, it's quite a psychological level. So at the moment, yep, guys, it's the one that I'm watching. It's below this little hurdle here, the high of the highest point of July of 2002. But it's, again, like I said, that parity is somewhere just below that little bit. If that gets cleared, certainly the next target is the 0.96100 here, 0.9610, and then yeah, we would take it from there. But at the moment, of course, given that DXY is on a rally a little bit here, if it suddenly starts selling off, then yes, maybe this could play out nicely for the Euro USD bulls, and we could see a nice reversal back to the upside. However, at the moment, it doesn't seem to be the case. So, yeah, guys, that's it for this session. I'll have to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I'll really appreciate your time, guys, your views, your likes, your comments, everything. So, if you want to catch me tomorrow morning, as always, at my Trader's Espresso, 6 o'clock GMT time. For now, have a wonderful trading day. Stay safe, have your stop losses in place, and everything will be fine. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.